feel like a little kid right now. Really. Like I went back through a time portal. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have a fun episode. I'm going to be making foods that I ate as a kid. And I'm going to be veganizing it. So the first thing I'm going to make are Hot Pockets. Now I think everybody ate Hot Pockets. Some of you are still eating Hot Pockets and I haven't had some in a long time. So I'm excited to make this recipe. Let's get into it. So you're going to need some Pillsbury pizza crust. And you're also going to need some mozzarella and cheddar dairy-free cheese, along with some vegan ham slices, some pizza sauce, I got this from Trader Joe's, and some dairy-free butter. So I'm starting off by gently unraveling the pizza dough, and I'm using this fresh out of the fridge. You want it to be cold because it's much easier to work with. And here I am, seeing how I'm going to slice it. I placed it on some parchment paper, and now I'm taking a pizza slicer, and I'm just slicing it down the middle, and on the other side to have 4 rectangles. And now I'm adding some pizza sauce to the first one, then some mozzarella cheese, some pepperonis, some more sauce, and some more cheese. And now I'm trying to fold it over to make like a pocket shape. And this is my first one, so next time I'll try to keep the sauce in the middle and not on the side so it can stick much better when I'm trying to seal it up. But it worked out. Looks like a little burrito. And I'm doing the same thing to this side. And try to keep the edges dry and not to get too much sauce on it. Now for the ham and cheese, I'm using these deli slices, and I took about 4 deli slices and I'm just chopping them up into small pieces. Now I'm adding some dairy-free cheddar cheese onto the pizza crust, the ham slices, and I also added a little bit of mozzarella and then more cheddar. And I folded these much better because I started to get the hang of it, and it's not as messy because it doesn't have any sauce. And our final step is to brush it off with some melted dairy-free butter. Now you don't have to do this, but everything tastes better with a little bit of butter on the top. And then I baked these at 350 for about 18 minutes. You know when it's done when it's nice and golden brown at the bottom. It is time to try the Hot Pockets. I'm so excited to try these. Just look at the ham and cheese. It smells so good. It smells like a ham and cheese Hot Pocket. And so does the pizza one. I want this one right here, with the cheese oozing out and the pepperoni. Oh my gosh. Okay. Mmm. Mmm. It tastes like a Hot Pocket. Mmm. A homemade Hot Pocket. I can't believe I never thought of this before. Oh. Even if I did still eat Hot Pockets, I would so rather make these. It tastes like a Hot Pocket, but better. And they're fun to make. Nice activity. If you have kids, this would be fun to make with them. Pack for their lunch. Just look at this beautiful ham and cheese. I know I always put ketchup on mine, so I'll open it up and then squirt some ketchup on it. So that's what I'm going to do. This is exactly how I would do it. Now, like, move the ketchup around to spread it. It's so good. I like the dough. It's nice and crispy when you first take it out the oven. And the edges are nice and doughy because I let it cool down a bit. Delicious. Hot Pockets ain't got nothing in them. The next thing I'm going to be making are kid cuisines. You cannot tell me you did not have this as a child. I know I did. And I would be passing by in the supermarket. I would look in the freezer section and I would see this box with like a famous cartoon character of that time, and that would like make me want it. Good marketing. So I definitely had these every now and then growing up. And the kid cuisines normally came with corn, some type of a carb like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. And then it came with some type of protein like chicken nuggets or a hamburger, fried chicken. And I always had a dessert, which is why the main reason why I wanted it. So it came with either chocolate pudding or a brownie, and I'll always go for the chocolate dessert. So the first thing I'm gonna make is the corn. The corn is very simple. I remember it being like a type of sweet corn, so that's what I'm gonna be using. I just boiled some hot water and I let the sweet corn cook. Only took about 5 minutes. And I tasted it and it didn't taste like it needed anything else. I don't remember this having butter on it or having salt on it. It just tasted like regular, simple, plain corn. So that's exactly how we're going to leave it. And for the carb, I'm going to be using mac and cheese because that's the one that I normally got. So I'm just boiling some elbow macaroni noodles. I added some salt to the water and I cooked it for about 7 minutes until al dente. For the cheese sauce, I added 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. And then I added 1 cup of vdieo cheddar cheese shreds. I did end up adding a little more cheese shreds because it needed to become more thick. I sprinkled in some garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of sea salt, and then I just let it thicken on sip. The chocolate pudding, I'm using the Jello instant chocolate pudding, and these are vegan. There's no milk ingredients in it at all. It just depends on the milk that you buy. So I'm using unsweetened almond milk, and I'm using the small box, and it says to add 2 cups of milk, but instead of adding 2 cups, being that we're using unsweetened almond milk, I'm just adding 1 cup at a time. So I added 1 cup, and I realized I needed more milk, so I added a half cup. So 1.5 cups total of unsweetened almond milk. I just mix it up and then I let it sit in the fridge until we're ready to serve it. Now for my protein of choice, I'm going to be using these Morningstar chicken nuggets. I never had these before. I had the buffalo flavored ones, which are really good, but I never had the original ones. I'm sure they're good, but I remember eating the chicken nuggets in my kid cuisine dinner. That was my favorite one. So I'm just going to pop these in the microwave because that's what we did with the frozen dinner. We microwaved them. So I believe they came with 6 nuggets, so that's how many I'm going to make. So I'm going to be using this serving tray, which I got from the kit section of Target. I was trying to find one that was more similar to the kit cuisine, which had like the 4 squares at the top. But this was the only one that I could find. And I got the lighter shade of blue because I remember the trays being blue as well. So yeah, I'm going to put the nuggets right on top of here. And here's our kid cuisine. I'm going to put this in a microwave for about 30 seconds because I remember the pudding being warm. And here we have our kid cuisine. Good look at that. We got our chicken nuggets. Our mac and cheese and our corn. And our chocolate pudding with sprinkles. It smells really good. It smells like a kid's dish. Oh, my ketchup. I always ate it with ketchup. I got my ketchup. Mmm. These are some good nuggets. Crazy how these vegan nuggets taste just like chicken nuggets. You could give these to a kid, you wouldn't even know. Mac and cheese. Mmm. This corn tastes exactly how I remember kid cuisine tasting. If you have kids, you could actually make this for your kids. They'll love it. Even more than the actual thing. Time for that pudding. Had to rinse the spoon off. Didn't want to get cheese in it. Bon appetit. Delicious. Chocolate pudding. Got a piece of corn in it. I'm really eating this whole thing. If I have kids, this is what they're getting. Instead of kid cuisine. And it has like a pretty penguin on the tray. I can't see it, but this was a really popular item in the 90s, and it's still popular now. You still see them when you go to the store. Princess Elsa, Star Wars. I think Star Wars. Maybe that was a back in the day thing. I feel like a little kid right now. Really. Like I went back through a time portal. I need some more of that chocolate pudding. So last but not least, I am going to be making the most 90s classic snack. I just remember always wanting these, being in the grocery store and seeing these Dunkaroos. And I would sneak some too. Like we would have our snacks in the pantry, and I would creep in the middle of the night just to get these because they were so good to me. So for the Dunkaroos, I'm going to cheat a little bit just because they're pretty easy to recreate. So I'm just using this funfetti frosting. And it's open because I used the sprinkles to put on top of the chocolate pudding. But yeah, it's funfetti frosting. And I'm going to be making the funfetti Dunkaroos with the cinnamon graham cracker, because that was my favorite one. And I'm going to be using these bunny grams, but you can use Teddy Grahams as well. Yeah, Dunkaroos are basically like a cinnamon cookie, the graham cracker type cookie, and you dip it in a frosting, either a chocolate frosting or a vanilla frosting. So that's what I'm going to do. These taste just like Dunkaroos. Seriously. Bunny-roos. Okay, so that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please consider like, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.